my life and just accepted it, but I can't accept that. I do things to be perfect, okay? And it's never going to be perfect. So you settle with what you got. I wake up every morning, I go on Facebook between 4 and 5. Who's on Facebook? You know, if I'm not posting something by 7 o'clock, they send out 911s to my phone, thinking something happened. He's dead, he's in a car wreck, he's not on. You know, sometimes I'm out of the country, I can't get on. But don't let me have a comment irritate me, because I will call your cell phone at 3 o'clock in the morning repetitively all night long. For a month. You'll get tired of me real quick. But you learn things like that. How to stay forward, how to stay focused in life. I try to teach my son things like that. My son was, we found out he was colorblind. Park department in Indiana, they had mini basketball. You put matching wristbands on, so you follow the kids. And I'm yelling at my kid, Dylan, the red color's over here. And he's following somebody purple. You know, that's how I found out he was colorblind. How's that? How do you know until you see something? I yelled at him. I didn't get up like my dad would have. You know? But, and I'm looking back at my dad, why I got some whoopings. I did some stupid stuff now. You know, I was the guy that rode the bicycle, you know, buy a brand new bike, live in Gary, Indiana, drive to Indianapolis and have to call to get him because I got blisters all over my legs and my butt. That's just stupid. You know, I did that. But you learn lessons. I don't do it no more. You learn lessons in that stuff. But I get a chance to come back after my surgery. I got long hair. I mean, I look like a 50s, 60s hippie. Full beard, 19 years old, and I'm ironworking. And I went from 175 after my surgery to 245 with what I weigh today. And somebody said, hey, you want to play for a pickup team in Alsip? I think that's the name of the town, right in Midlothian. I didn't even know it. I never even heard of it. So the guy goes, we got one game left. You want to play in it? I said, yeah, I'll play in the game. So I go over there to give me a uniform. It's called the Chicago HEPA team, American Hellenic Educational Progressive Program. So I get one at bat. The first at bat, this is after my neck brace gets taken off, and the guy throws at my head. And I went, ooh, I go, oh my God. I was kind of thinking my head would flip backwards like a cartoon character. So the next pitch, you know, you got 294 right up on the interstate there. The next pitch, I hit a home run. Broke my back and hit a home run. Didn't think much of it, ran the bases. So go back in the dugout, everybody's congratulating me, and I'm still thinking my neck fell off, you know, something opened up. And this guy comes down with a wooden leg, Mr. Bill Beck, owner of the White Sox at the time. True story, you can't make this stuff up. He comes down, he goes, who hit the ball on the highway? And I'm hiding behind the post thinking, I hit his car, I ain't got no money for a car. I opened for a new windshield or a door, I don't know what it was. He said, I've never seen anybody hit a ball that far in my entire life. So all of a sudden, he arranges, that was on Monday night. Friday, I had a tryout at Sox Park. I was given that second chance. You know what? And if you look back at life, not many people get that second chance. And if you do get it, you got to take advantage of it. So I go up to the ballpark, and the old Kaminsky Park, they never had shades underneath the lower deck where those big old oval windows were. So I'm out in right field, and Minnie Minosa, great White Sox great, hits a line drive, it nicks my ear. I didn't even see the damn thing. I'm going, oh, this is going to be a long day here. So all of a sudden, he saw what was going on. I picked the ball up and I threw it back to him. You know, and I had a really good arm, strong, you know, like a caveman. And I rifled it all the way into him. And I'm talking 260 feet, maybe farther. But I threw it so hard, so fast, it went up in the stands. And if you remember the old ballpark where the home plate was, it sloped down to the back. Well, my line drive went right into it, almost hit Bill Beck in the head. And I'm thinking, oh, there's my first chance going down the drain. But I was given that second chance. I get up there and bat, I grab a bat, I swing and miss the first pitch completely. And I'm thinking, you know, something's got to happen. You know, I'm here for a reason. And I got to make an impact on this stuff. So all of a sudden I started hitting the ball. I finished the day with 12 home runs. I hit one completely out of the stadium. And that's hardly ever been done. It's been done 23 times in total. I did it 7 times in my career. And they said, don't let them go. Don't let them leave the ballpark. We're signing them to a contract. So that's how I got my second chance in life. I've been traded 3 times from the Chicago White Sox, brought back 3 times. Because you get general managers, like bosses. I know there's bosses out there. You not necessarily have to like your manager or your boss. I kind of got traded a little bit because popularity happens in the major leagues. When you get a little bit more popular than the general manager, and you're a player's rep, that's a bad thing. So it's kind of just lay low. I give 100% every single day. I fail. If I was a doctor and I had 10 patients, 7 of them died, you're a bad doctor. Play baseball, you bat 10 times, get 3 hits, you're a great hitter. It's kind of weird how life treats things like this. But I've got to meet some really important people in life. So I have a charity. It's called Indiana Sports Charity. I've been doing it for 23 years. Same age as my son. It's a fight for cancer. I saw my dad suffer through cancer. And my dad wanted to get me to get Jack Kevorkian. Remember him? And I'm dealing with my dog now, and I'm thinking about the quality of life of people, how they can suffer and we can calm them down. And I saw my dad, a big man, the toughest man I've ever met in my entire life, go through cancer. Mentally, it just beat me up. But honestly, it built me up so strong that you can't knock me down. There is no way. I will never, ever, you hear here, let somebody outwork me unless it's on a computer. You can have that. I still peck with one finger. It takes me a long time to do it. I will never let anybody outwork me, no matter what it is. I create a challenge for myself. And I'm a business owner, and I tell that to my friends who work for me. I said, listen, we got this to do, but they got rules. Don't steal from me. If you break something, you repair it. It's easy. And I look at them with a gun. I said, listen, Rick, you can borrow anything you want. If you break it, you gotta buy me a new one. If you steal from me, I will kick the living shit out of you. Then I'm gonna shoot you. Been an employee for 37 years. Never had an issue with it. Because they know Ronnie Kittle will do that. And my teammates that I played for, they knew I gave everything I possibly could every single day out there. I was just an average ball player. But before I broke my neck, I was pretty slick. Just switch hit, do it all. You know what? But we hit those stumbling blocks for a reason in life. And we got to build off of them. Okay? George Steinberg, I played for the New York Yankees. Now this one here might just trip you out. Okay? Christmas Eve, 1986, I played with the Yankees. Christmas Eve, George Steinberg calls me. He fired Bob Quinn, who was the general manager. I'm sitting in my living room. 35 people are coming over an hour. And I do the cooking. So I'm prepared. He calls up. He goes, Ron, George Steinberg, owner of New York Yankees. I'm George, I know who you are. He goes, we're not honoring your contract for 1987. Thank you. I said, thank goodness. I'm a free agent. I don't want to play for you, George. I said, you're a lunatic. Thank you. Click the phone. This is Christmas Eve. So it's about 12:30. That was 10 o'clock in the morning. 12:30, he calls me. Ron, George Steinberg, owner of New York Yankees. Like, right. He goes, I've been thinking about it. We're going to renew your contract. I said, George, you just don't get it. I don't want to play for you. I said, I don't think you're going to be a winner. I don't like your attitude. I said, but I know you want to win, but I don't want to be part of that because I don't think you're going to get there. And, a little bit of begging went on in life, and I hung up the phone, thanked him, wished him Merry Christmas. Honestly, I was carving the turkey, the phone rang again. Ron, Merry Christmas, George Steinberg, owner of New York Yankees. And I'm just going like, he goes, all right, we're going to give you a $250,000 raise. We're going to throw some incentive bonuses in. And I just take the phone like this. I'm looking, I covered it up. To my family. And I said, thanks, George, I'll be there. So I re-signed with the Yankees. I go from not even wanting to be there and getting a $250,000 raise. That's life. Just for being honest. I am blatantly honest. If you ask me, I'm the guy, if you got a booger on your nose, I'm going to tell you. You women, if I'm standing behind you in a pew or somewhere and your roots are bad, I'm going to tell you. And you can do that when you're 6'4", 245 pounds. Not to be rude, okay? I had a great looking pink shirt on today. Okay? But I tried to clip my hangnail and it bled all over it. So this is my secondary shirt. I got a little blood on this, but thank God I had a Tide stick with me. I mean, I packed perfectly. You know? So here's my golf tournament that I'm hosting one day, and I'm with a guy, and I won't even tell you what company he owns, but it's a big one. And I'm in celebrity in the group for a volunteer. And this is how you touch people's lives. He's getting ready to tee off. There's 5 of us in his group. And you know how golf tournaments happen. You're there to have fun. I volunteered my time. I drove up north towards the Barrington area, wherever that is. I was up in a really nice golf course. And his son goes, "Do you have any children? Can you hear me? Do you have any children?" And I said, "2." And his dad shushed me. I go, "Oh, I am so sorry. I apologize." So his dad went back and he got up on the tee. And he's recoiling his swing and he gets right here. And I go, "Watch out!" He hits the dirt 2 feet behind him, turns beet red, and starts yelling at me. And I said, "Listen here. I drove 2.5 hours to come up here to help out this charity and be your celebrity. I said, I know you got more money than anybody that I know, but I'm going to tell you what, how old are you?" He goes, 70. I go, "Do you know the average age span is 72, so in 2 years you're going to be dead?" And did you also know we're not going to use one of your shitty shots all day? You're going to use all mine. And again, you probably never talked to your son or his kids. You know how many children he has? You know how many grandkids you got? I chewed this guy out for 5 minutes. This guy could bought and sell me 1,000 times. And he was the main sponsor. So he went back to his cart. We hit off. He was still pouting a little bit in the cart. Comes back, puts a hat on. I give him a cigar. I sit with him in the cart. We go to the next hole out there. He's making phone calls. He didn't even get off that hole. And you know, I felt bad for like 3 seconds. And all of a sudden, I get a phone call about 2 hours later. They sent a bouquet of flowers to my house from the owner's wife, saying it's the first time anybody ever stood up to this guy his entire life. He became a new man that particular day. At Christmas time, he sent me water, crystal decanters and glasses. His son calls me, which I still keep in touch with him, said he took 14 grandkids on a Disney cruise. He's 75 right now. He sends me an email every once in a while, and it just says, excuse the language, "You're still a prick." I mean, this guy is... But I wasn't trying to be. I was trying to be a realist because I was the kid suffering with a halo on my head and couldn't go out and do anything with my friends. Nothing. I got stuck in the damn shower head. And 3 sisters are at home. Can somebody help me get out of here? And I'm butt naked. I mean, if you can't, I make more fun of myself than anybody. And I can tell you stories that would melt your heart. You would laugh so much you might pee. Okay? There's comedians making millions of dollars on funny things. Making up, I just tell it as it is. Like today, at 3 o'clock today, when this conference ends, I have to go back to Soxfest. I'm working over there. They're my employer. My favorite team is the one that has their logo on my paycheck. They know that. I tell you, this year they are having bobblehead night August 10th. Ron Kittle bobblehead night. So you got to be out there. You know? I just bought 500 extra ones so I can autograph it and all the proceeds go to charity. And if you don't get it, you know, too bad. But I also have another bobblehead being made. My Twitter name, who's on Twitter? God, this is a really... You know, social media is important, people. You know, what's good about social media is most people don't know how to have a one-on-one conversation with somebody. They get up there and their head's spinning. I know what I want to tell them. And all of a sudden, you get in front of that person and it's gone. Am I right? I don't know what to say. So you can send an email out. Okay? You can text. My Twitter name is Naked Biker. There's a story behind it. I wrote $38,000 worth of college tuition checks one day. And it was a motorcycle charity ride. And I get out there, my buddy goes, "I'll give you $500 to ride your Harley Davidson naked." Of course, you got to be kidding me. He goes, "How about $1,000? I go, cash?" So I